What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average defensive operation trench warfare enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video, I'm going to give you a block of instruction on how to conduct defensive operations utilizing trench warfare to your advantage. This will only be utilized, like the board says, in Minecraft, okay? This will not be utilized for anything with live ammunition, fall of societal collapse. It's not going to be utilized for that, right? It's going to be utilized specifically for your Minecraft server. That way you can make sure your friends don't raid your area, okay? This will be an area defense. So to avoid your little Minecraft build from getting raided, I'm going to give you a class on how to keep your villagers or whatever, right, alive from the invading force. Before I get too deep into this, you already know what I'm going to say. Every single person right now has got to hit the like button. The reason you got to hit the like button, okay, if you enjoy this content, every time you hit the like button, it tells somebody that is the same interest as you and I that, hey, come check out this doctrine video. It's not flared up. I'm never going to edit these videos. I'm never going to try to make it so it's just a bunch of flare and crazy shooting footage or whatever. This is always just going to be doctrine straight from the freaking book, straight from my knowledge, straight from how I've actually utilized it to be successful, okay? So hit the like button if you could, because that does me a great favor and it does nothing against you, and then maybe my videos will actually pop up for you. Everybody leave a comment down below. The comment for the video is going to be a notebook. The reason why, and here's my notes for today, the reason why you should have a notebook is because if you're not actually taking notes, how are you going to retain it? Some people will be like, oh, I hear it once and I'll remember it forever. Okay, but if you need to have your notebook out, okay? If you're actually watching these videos to get better, right, to be successful in Minecraft, have your notes out, always have pen and paper on you. Like Grantham said, you better have it right in the rain, and if you don't, you already know what he said, okay? So leave a notebook in the comment section down below, or the notes emoji, okay? Because you should all be taking freaking notes, because you're not here to watch someone mag dump into a steel target 5 feet away and show them their splits on their shot timer, okay? Even though I do have a bunch of content like that on the channel, that's not what this channel is about right now. This channel is about education. So leave your notebook emoji down below. Patreon's $5 a month. Do it. If you enjoy it, if you want to freaking be in the Discord server to stay up late and talk about all your defensive operations, freaking check out the Patreon. It's only $5 a month. If like 10 of you guys join the Patreon within a week worth of content, hey, that tells me, hey, Trench, you're doing a good thing. Keep putting out the content. You're not just standing here after the gym, after crushing, absolutely destroying my quads and hamstrings and my shoulders, okay? I'm not just standing here teaching a class that I have to teach at work too, twice, right? For no reason. It tells me, hey, my audience likes it, so consider becoming a member of the Patreon. What else? Instagram. If you want to actually see the lifts and stuff, check out Instagram. There'll be a link down below. It's just a way for you to stay connected and all that. Okay, that was a lot of talking. This video is going to be probably, if I'm guessing, of course, you know already, right? You already clicked on the video, so you already know how long the video is. But I'm guessing this video might be 30 to 40 minutes. We'll see. I'm not going to rush to failure, right? I would anticipate this lesson would probably take me 2 to 3 hours if I were to teach it slow and controlled, but you don't have 2 to 3 hours. So I'm going to teach it to you in a method that I think will be effective and that I think you will be able to retain. My background, for those of you new to the channel, because the channel is growing faster than I expected. My background, I am an 11 Bravo infantryman, senior non-commissioned officer. I've been in the Army for about 11 years, okay? I've been assigned to 2 different airborne units, the 173rd and freaking 425 at the time, now 211 up in Alaska, okay? 1G was the bomb. I've also been a Big Red 1 soldier, proudly serve our nation's 1st Division, okay, in Fort Riley, Kansas. I've seen the world, I've dug trenches, I've carried an E-tool, I've jumped out of aircraft, I've done all the things. Not all the things, but I've done a couple of the things, 1 or 2 of the things. That is my background. Somebody right now is like, why is this guy telling me his resume right now? The reason I'm telling you my resume is not because I care about my own ego. I really don't care. Anybody that knows me in real life, I'm gonna tell you, if you ask for help, I'll help you. I don't care. This isn't about me. But I think you should vet the people that you're taking advice from or taking If you're going to take any sort of Minecraft advice, you need to vet the people that train you, okay? So that is who I am. I'm just another dude, right? I'm just another gym bro that happens to be working in the Army for a while. Okay, let's get into the freaking topic. The drink of the video is a Monster and a freaking, my pre-workout bottle with a bunch of water, because I did hit freaking legs and they're a little bit shaky. Okay, so getting into trench warfare. If somebody can help me out and leave the timestamps down below, because I don't know how it works, but it helps with the AI to actually tell people where to click to or whatever, please do it. So we're going to get into the purpose and the characteristics of defensive operations. So characteristics of a defense: disruption. Okay, to utilize trench warfare, it's going to be able to you're going to be able to easily disrupt enemy forces. Okay, flexibility, digging in, and I'm going to show you exactly how to dig in and exactly how to do that. So, but you can't just dig in if you don't know how to dig in. So bear with me. Bear with me, okay? So flexibility. The reason why a defensive operation allows flexibility is because you can do stuff and you can maneuver people behind your front line trace or your forwardmost element of troops, okay? So flexibility. Maneuver. It allows maneuver. You can maneuver troops behind that front line trace. Massing effects. I can have my defensive line. You got to imagine, this is just one company. Company is roughly 160 to 210 or so. You're never going to have that many, but on a perfect day, right, around 160, a lot of times 120, whatever, doesn't matter. The purpose of this is going to be, this is one company of paratroopers dug in, okay? There's going to be adjacent companies. So Barbaric Company will be to our left. Freaking Dog Company will be to our right. This is Comanche Company. Comanche Company in the area of operation, okay? If you guys ever get confused, take notes. I talk really quickly. My candidates always tell me that all the time, that I talk really quick. I understand this. It's one of my bad instructor habits. So if I'm talking too quick, try to take notes and just ask me in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave your like in your notebook thing. Okay, massing effects. So if this is our entire front, I can pull troops from different parts of the line and mass and overwhelm these Minecraft bad guys in one area. So massing effects. I can pull people, say Barbaric and Dog Company are freaking crushing it, but I need people, we're going to go on an offensive. I can pull people from their parts of the line, mass fires on the enemy, and freaking assault through. Freaking metal, dude. Okay, so that is massing effects. Preparation. It allows us to prepare. A defensive operation allows us to prepare in depth. That means I can bring up more supplies. I can bring up a bunch of Javelin spicy missiles, okay? Everything I covered today can be referenced in the Ranger Handbook and Defensive Operations. You can literally Google this. I'm just articulating it for you. None of this is secret information. This is all available on the web, but it'll be easier for you to digest if I just tell it to you in front of a whiteboard, hopefully. Okay, preparation. It allows us to prepare for other operations, okay? It allows for an area defense. So we'll say for today, the whole end state is we are going to defend a notebook emoji down here, okay? Got some lines on the paper. That's a horrible emoji, but we're defending the notebook, okay? This is our area that we're trying to defend. The way we're going to defend this small area is I'm going to have my entire battalion arrayed in such a manner that way I can effectively have flexibility in the rear to be able to effectively defend it. Defensive tasks, it allows us to develop defensive tasks. Depth, it allows us to establish multiple layers, and I'm going to actually draw it up in a second. Different layers and how you would actually do that to confuse the enemy. So depth. And then it also allows you, if I dig in a trench right here, and I'm going to show you how, if I dig in here, I can then dig a supplementary fighting position or an alternate fighting position, an emergency fighting position, or the Alamo, if you will. I can dig these other things in that way because you're going to get pushed back and you're going to make gains, okay? You're going to make freaking gains. If you're not going to the gym, get out of my face. I'm disgusted. I'm just kidding. But go to the gym. So it allows us to have, it allows us to gain and lose terrain, and it's not a big deal if we have supplementary and alternate fighting positions. It's not a huge deal because it's how defensive operations work. That's why there's a sad face, okay? Because it sucks. Okay, trench warfare is horrible. Ask anybody who's ever been out in the cold just laying in a hole and you're not able to move. You can't do anything. It sucks. Okay. Yeah, let's take a quick drink break. I'm not going to edit this. This is going to be in its raw format. So take it in waves. Like button, comment, make sure you're actually subbed. Only 38% are actually subscribed to the channel, which makes zero freaking sense to me. Okay, a couple more things I want to discuss before I get into how to actually do it. Ammunition storage. If these hard lines, okay, all this up here is C-wire, okay, and I'm gonna tell you how to place it in a little bit. But all this is C-wire. This, never point with your finger, always point with something. Okay, this is our actual lines of where our troops are going to be. Okay, Trent, you should have done it in a different color. Dragon. Okay, so these are our actual lines, these straight lines right here. This is where our actual troops are. Okay, so these, those are our platoons. All right, so roughly 30 to 40 guys in each one. So ammo storage. Ammunition storage is going to be a big deal for defensive operations and trench warfare. You're not going to want to just leave everything in one spot. You're also going to want to store your additional ammunition in a place where people can easily run to it and get it. A lot of times we will have, I can't get into that. I'll say this, what I can get into. You can bury ammunition and mark it so that way if a freaking artillery round lands on it, it doesn't kill everybody. All right? You can turn one artillery round into 1,000,000 artillery rounds if it hits your ammo storage. So key consideration, you might want to bury your freaking ammo. But if you bury all the ammo, how are you going to get more belts of machine gun, right? Or more magazines that should be preloaded. You should have a bunch of preloaded magazines laying around, okay? Ready for the fight. But yeah, ammo storage is going to be key. Heavy weapons emplacement. I'm going to talk through probably about a 10% level of machine gun theory. If you want a separate video on just machine gun theory, let me know in the comments. Because I'll do that video. If there's a bunch of you guys that want a class on just machine gun theory, I'll give that video. It'll probably be like a 45-minute video or so. I was a weapons squad leader for a year, so I used to have my soldiers, my paratroopers would randomly teach. We'd during COVID times, this is getting off on a tangent, but whatever, it's probably why you're here. We'd start the Zoom call, because we'd do PT or whatever, and then we'd start the Skype, and then I'd be like, Private Joe, teach the whole weapon squad machine gun theory. And if you made a mistake, we would just critique him. That's how we got better. It's how you build family. It's how you turn your machine gun squad into a freaking lethal group of people. But yeah, post down below if you want just a video on machine gun theory. Heavy weapons emplacement is going to be huge. You don't want to mass in one area, because then if you take one mortar round, you're all dead, right? So I'm going to tell you how to do it in a second. Indirect fire considerations and enemy pre-fire considerations. That concludes my notes. So for those of you not tracking, enemy indirect fire is simply artillery or mortars or things of that nature, okay? It can even be a machine gun fire if it's plunging fire. That means they're just shooting to the max effective range and waiting for the bullets to fall back down onto you, hoping to hit, not shooting straight on, but hoping to hit in depth, okay? That is indirect fire. The way artillery works, let me make sure this thing is still recording because I do not want to edit. The way artillery works is if a round hits right here, it's going to explode up and out like an ice cream cone. So you need to understand that, and I'll do a different video at some point on how to react to indirect fire. But you need to understand how indirect fire works, because when the enemy is firing artillery on you and you have one straight trench instead of a zigzagging trench, what is that enemy going to be able to easily do with their artillery? They're going to be able to easily engage the entire trench line with one array of fire. So when you're digging in, knowing how artillery works to make sure that one round does not kill your entire freaking squad in Minecraft, legal disclaimer, don't utilize this for real life. To make sure that one artillery round doesn't kill your entire platoon, you're going to dig in a zigzag manner. So if this is first platoon, second platoon is going to offset behind them, but not to a manner where they still cannot engage, because their sectors of fire are still going to have to intersect, okay? So first platoon, second platoon, and half of first platoon, second platoon, and third platoon. Headquarters platoon will just be wherever they need to be. your mortars and your other assets, your sniper section, they can be wherever the commander sees fit. The company commander and first sergeant will be off the line. They will never be co-located. So first sergeant might be right here. I love how I drew it a certain way, and then I'm like, that's incorrect. Automatic no-go. So the CO and the first sergeant will be in different locations, all right? But that is why you draw, or that's why I drew this in a manner that I did to articulate the point. You don't want a freaking straight trench. If you have a straight trench, well, I'm a straight trench, but oh god, that's gonna get me right there. But do what you want, right? Okay, so that's why you don't want your trench to be a straight line, because guess what? One artillery barrage will just kill your entire company. Okay, let's take a break, and then we're going to talk about emplacement. Or we're going to talk about the array and sectors of fire. No bug emoji, like, comment. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so freaking the array of your forces. We already covered it a little bit. You're gonna array your forces in a zigzag, and you're gonna connect these eventually. But when you first dig in, there we go. Okay, well that one obviously is a little crooked, but I think you get the point. When you first get to this place, occupy this terrain, occupy this territory, when you first get here, you're gonna have to dig into raw earth, and it's gonna suck. If you've ever had to dig a hole in the winter with just an E-tool, you and your battle buddy freezing, let me know in the comments. Okay. So the first thing you're going to dig is your primary battle positions. That's these straight lines right here. Once you have your sectors of fire, okay, then you're going to keep digging. So after you have your tentative sectors of fire when you first get there, like we always do. We always have sectors of fire and security, but as you dig, okay, you're going to fill in this area to connect. That way you can move up and down the trench line easily between platoons and get more ammo and resupply. And when you have casualties, because you will have casualties, a casualty is when you get your leg blown off or you get shot, like a sucking chest wound in Minecraft. When you get casualties, then, now that everybody's dug in, you can move them to the company first sergeant, and the company first sergeant can get them off the freaking battlefield in Minecraft, okay? So that is the reason why we dig in the array that we do. Now, sectors of fire. Your sectors of fire, imagine like intersecting lines at a minimum of 35 meters in front of your emplacement of your trench. The reason why you want it 35 meters is that is the average distance that a military-aged male can throw a hand grenade, an M67 hand grenade. Oh my gosh, the freaking protein mixed with the monster is killing me. Okay, that is the average distance that a military-aged male can throw a hand grenade. With that being said, knowing that, we're going to intersect our sectors of fire out here at our protective C-wire. That's what this first line is with the X's. We're going to intersect our sectors of fire at 35 meters at the protective level of C-wire. C-wire is Constantina wire. It's not barbed wire, it's razor wire. Okay, that is what Constantina wire is. That is going to be at our protective line. That is where our sectors of fire. As we're in this fighting position, we're going to continue to dig. You're going to continue to improve your fighting position. You know, I'll leave an anecdote to this. You want to always improve your fighting position in life the same way you always want to improve your fighting position in a trench. So if you're the fastest, strongest dude in your friend group, you need to expand your horizons and find more friends that challenge you and push your limits. If you are in an awesome marriage, you still need to date your wife, okay? You still need to take her out. You still need to wine her and dine her. So you always want to build your fighting position in life or improve your fighting position, okay? If your kit setup is perfect today, the way you think it is, but then, you need to be open to be able to fix your kit over time. So you're always going to continue digging. All right, let's take a drink break, and then I'm going to tell you how to emplace your C-wire. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about machine gun theory. C-wire, Constantina wire. Everyone, after this video, go Google it. There's a ton of freaking doctrine on Constantina wire emplacement. It's pretty freaking gnarly in Minecraft, okay? So, this first line right here is your protective line. I only drew one strand, but it will typically be triple strand C-wire. What does that mean, Trench? Well, a lot of you guys know. Help your battle buddies out in the freaking comment section. Explain to them what triple strand C-wire is. So you have your razor wire, your C-wire right here, your protective line. That's always going to be. You're always going to have C-wire out in front of your position for defensive operations, okay? The next thing you're going to have is your tactical C-wire. The tactical C-wire are these two that go like this. These two right here that go up, okay? Your tactical C-wire is going to be what, remember this isn't legal advice, it's going to be what canalizes and destroys your enemy Minecraft Roblox people when they try to assault your position, okay? So that is what this tactical C-wire right here's primary purpose is to do, is to canalize and disrupt their forward advance onto you. So what canalizing means is if they get past the supplementary wire, because they're probably going to cut it and get through at least this first supplementary wire. Well, then they're going to get brought into here, and then they're going to become engulfed, and they're going to be decisively freaking melted. How about that? They're going to be freaking destroyed in Minecraft. Okay. So that is why you array your C-wire in this manner. This right here is a supplementary. These two coming out, they're just causing the enemy to be canalized. But supplementary is just what it sounds like. It's extra. Just like I might seem a little bit extra. Well, the supplementary wire, right? So the one up here, the one coming across, and the one coming across, it's just extra. It's to cause confusion. The tactical wire is to cause canalization to destroy the Minecraft enemy. And the protective wire is exactly what it sounds like. It's to freaking protect you from the enemy. So when they bayonet charge at you, well, guess what? Protective wire hopefully got them. Okay, machine gun theory. How do I articulate what machine gun theory is to a group of mostly civilians? Machine gun theory, so you've all seen administrative results or any of these famous YouTubers. They're out here, they're just mag dumping, and they're using the machine guns almost like an M4, like a point target. So when you're on the flat range and you're beep, oh, hold up there, brother. This is about to be the loudest thing in my life. Yeah, okay. So when that happens, and they're engaging a target, that is called a point target engagement, okay? A machine gun, typically, okay, yes, there is a max effective point and a max effective area, but I want you to think of a machine gun as a freaking water hose. The reason it's a water hose is because we want to put a bunch of stuff out there, or also known as a cone of fire, okay? We're going to put a cone of fire that's going to expand. So as the freaking bullets, you shoot a burst, right? Say this, and I said I wasn't going to explain machine gun theory, but I'm doing it right now. Also, consider becoming a member of the Patreon, because some of my, I won't say names, I'll just say some of my YouTube colleagues have told me to, not to stop doing this, but to put it behind a paywall. If I put it behind a paywall, then however many people end up viewing this video won't benefit from it, okay? If there's anything to benefit from. So please, if you enjoy this, consider at least $5 a month, okay? This is known as a cone of fire. A cone of fire, assume all these little dots are a bullet, okay? What it's going to do is boom, 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 boom. All that's doing is, over time, these bullets are going to spread out. So from your cone of fire, they're going to land on the enemy, preferably in an area known as the beating zone or the beaten zone. I'm not going to go too deep into it because that is a whole class. But all you need to know is we want to utilize our machine gun theory to create, well, first of all, range cards. Machine guns are the only people that do range cards. So if you ever hear someone trying to sell you a range card or something stupid on YouTube, don't buy it, because riflemen don't need range cards. Machine gunners need range cards. Riflemen need to make sector sketches. A sector sketch is simply a drawing of what they see in their sector of fire. A range card, Google it after this, a range card is a doctrinal piece of freaking thing that is everyone knows how to read in the Army, okay? So that is the difference. So range card. So the first thing when you get your machine guns in place is you're going to have them make range cards. The range cards are going to articulate where they intersect and everything going on out in front of them. That way when anybody falls in on that position, they can easily pick up the range card, read it, and they know exactly. They could be half asleep, they're waking up, they're getting to their fighting position, and guess what? They're going to look at the range card and they're going to know exactly what's out in front of them because it's all on the range card. That is the purpose of a range card. So when you're half asleep and freaking exhausted because you haven't been able to sleep in 2 weeks, well, that's why you got a range card, okay? Final protective line. The machine guns are going to be intersecting at a final protective line. The way to easily articulate this is imagine you have a machine gun here, and a machine gun here, right? They're up here on the line, but I can't draw it up there because there's too much going on. So you have a machine gun here and a machine gun here. I guess I could use the actual symbol, huh, Trench? Machine gun. If you know what symbol this is without Googling it, post down below, okay? So we have our two, can you guys even see? I wish I had better production quality. So these are our two machine guns, right? They're going to be, both are going to have a final protective line. A final protective line is simply, if I say, metal to metal right. Metal to metal right. Every single machine gunner knows if they put the freaking machine gun metal to metal right, they're going to engage 35 meters. All of them are going to be engaging 35 meters out in front of the machine gunner to their right. So in this particular case, this machine gunner crew, because it's never by yourself, you have 3 people for a machine gun crew. This crew is going to be engaging metal to, well, in this case, metal to metal left. But metal to metal left, they're not protecting themselves anymore. They're protecting this crew. Does that make sense? So if I tell an entire machine gun squad, metal to metal left, they're no longer protecting themselves. They're protecting their battle buddy crew from the enemy that are at 35 meters in front of their position. Let's take a coffee break, or a freaking monster break, because I feel like I can feel some of you getting overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. Bear with me. Take it in waves, just like we're going to take these freaking Minecraft dudes in waves, and we're going to destroy their assault. Take this information in waves. If you're enjoying this content up to this point right now, share it with a buddy that would enjoy it too, okay? Because I'm just a regular dude trying to get like-minded dudes on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Yes, so let's take a freaking monster break, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about machine gun theory, how to use it. Then we're going to move on to some other key things, and we're going to get you guys out of here for dinner. One thing on machine gun theory, I'll make sure we're still recording. We're good. One thing on machine gun theory is the shotgun, okay? We'll just cover this right now. This is a breaching gun. It's the Mossberg Shockwave. Weapon is clear, weapon is unsafe with a loaded chamber. Always remember the 4 rules of weapon safety, okay? The reason this is important, you can stage preferably a shotgun with a buttstock, but I am literally too lazy to open that safe and get whatever might be in there out, okay? So, shotguns. You want to, if you can, position shotguns throughout the trenches where if you need to utilize them, you can. Okay? Preferably a semi-auto shotgun and preferably one with a buttstock. But if you have to use a breaching shotgun for whatever reason, you put some freaking buckshot, put some double-aught buckshot in them, and you can freaking go to work in the trench. All right? So keep that in mind with your machine gun theory. Typically, we have Mossberg 590s that are freaking legit, okay? You can, or 500s and 590s. Position them wherever that you might need, okay? And utilize them as necessary in Minecraft. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rotation. You're going to want to rotate people on security, okay? Security is simply, I'm awake with my weapon, looking for the enemy in my fighting position. You're going to want to rotate people. Preferably no more than 2 days up here, and they can rotate your entire freaking platoon or company back to a supplementary or alternative fighting position, okay? Because you're going to have 4. You're going to have 4 fighting positions. You're going to have this trench line that you dug. Yeah, you're going to be tired, and you're going to need an E-tool. An E-tool is an entrenching tool. You're going to need one with your kit. It adds weight, and it's good for cutting trees down. It's good for digging your trench. It's also good for hacking people in Minecraft, okay? So, in Minecraft. So, rotation. You don't want people up there for preferably 2 days max. There's a whole nother class on relief in place I can teach, but that's how you would actually conduct a rotation for a relief in place for another unit to come up and replace your unit. But just know you're going to want to rotate guys, okay? So just keep that in mind. You want to keep them fresh. Resupply. First sergeant or the XO, the executive officer, they're going to be doing a ton of freaking resupply. So just keep that in mind. It's a pain to keep freaking beans and bullets and Band-Aids coming up to the front, but just keep that in mind. Resupply operations are continuous because you're going to be hopefully having MREs, some nice MREs for freaking chow, and you're going to need water to drink, and you're going to need more bullets, you're going to need more batteries for your PEC-15. So that's going to be the XO typically, or the first sergeant, whoever happens to be back at the notebook in this particular case, back here, the notebook emoji. Whoever's back here is going to pick up chow, pick up whatever we can get going for the boys, okay? Be a good leader. If you're a leader, if you're an NCO or officer watching this, always take care of the boys, okay? The boys are what's going to take care of you. The same way, in the same manner, take care of your soldiers. In the same manner, I'm trying to take care of the people watching this video right now. Invest in those that invest in you, okay? Because what goes around comes around, and you'll be better off for it, okay? Getting deep. Holy cow, getting deep today. All right, rotation, resupply, gonna happen. Assault, okay. So the purpose of a defense, let's talk about it. What were the purposes of the defense? I just read them. I'll read them again because you weren't taking notes, but I was. Got them. Okay, the purpose of the defense was to disruption, flexibility, maneuver, mastering effects, preparation, security, area defense, defensive tasks, depth, okay? Remember, the characteristics of a defense also goes in line with the purpose. So if you're being successful on the defense and you find an area or find a time, preferably at night, when you can assault the enemy, then freaking go on the offensive. Take the freaking heat to them and take their freaking fighting position. They might have better chow than us. So get on the freaking offense and assault. You want to typically assault with pre-planned targets, pre-planned fires. If you have artillery support, you want to freaking bomb them back to the Stone Age in Minecraft, and then you want to go on the offensive, and you want to creep your fires up. So as I'm advancing, my fires creep up. I advance, they creep up. I advance, that way you don't get bombed by your own freaking people. But you have, it's just a way to assault in Minecraft, okay? Have a lot of freaking mags. You're going to need a lot of freaking magazines and level 4 plates. I can tell you that right now. Okay, retrograde. What could happen is we dug in our trench here and we need to retrograde. Well, if you've ever seen any combat footage, what happens when you try to retrograde out of a trench is you die in Minecraft. So what you're going to want to do is dig your fighting position and dig, see these dotted lines? You're going to want to dig a retrograde route, and you're going to want to mark them with chem lights, okay? As I do like a weird grenade symbol. You're going to want to mark them with chem lights, okay? Mark them with chem lights along the retrograde route. That way when you're being overrun, you can pound them with a shotgun, okay, in Minecraft. Pound them with a shotgun, blow your claymores that are out here on the protective line, blow whatever you got. Freaking, if you're being overrun, get in the freaking retrograde line and freaking get out of there, okay? It might be a good idea to leave a couple of shotguns in here too. But obviously, people get weird about leaving weapons unattended. It happens more often than you think in defensive operations because we're always told never to be an arm's length away from your weapon. Well, if you can pre-stage things, right? But just realize then technically it's not accounted for, but if it's part of your retrograde plan, then you're fine. It's kind of an acceptable risk that you're going to take. So pre-lay your shotguns wherever, and that's how you retrograde. And there would be another offset from this. It's going to get wild on this board right now. There would be another, the notebook's going to get drawn on. Okay. There would be another supplementary, okay, fighting position back here. You would have an alternate like over here, and then your emergency or the Alamo would be back here again, okay? And you're going to connect them, obviously, with dotted lines going back, your retrograde route again, okay? Reserve. Oh, the reserve. You always want to have a reserve element, okay? So you want to have like a fresh platoon back here. It says reserve, whatever. It does not say reserve. But you're going to have a fresh platoon back here that can get in the retrograde route and come back up and reinforce whoever needs to be reinforced. So you don't want to put all your people up on the line. You want to have a fresh reserve platoon that can jump in the retrograde trail and get back, or trench, and get back up to the fighting position. Wherever the commanding officer or platoon leader needs reserve forces at, that's what the reserve squad or platoon, whatever your situation is based on MET-TC, that's where the reserve is going to come into play. Okay, I've talked a lot. You guys hopefully have retained something, and hopefully this was valuable to, if this was valuable to at least one of you guys, just let me know. Hey, Trench, that was valuable, thank you. Or if it wasn't, let me know. I'm sure some of the haters are going to say stuff anyway, so whatever. Haters going to hate. Okay, this concludes my class on defensive operations as an introduction level. If you want to see another one, let me know. If you want to see a machine gun theory video, let me know. Let me know what battle drill you guys most want to know about. How about that? If you've gotten this far, you know what I'm going to tell you. If you've gotten this far, leave a freaking, I don't even know. Leave a fries emoji. Like, like burgers and fries. Leave a freaking fry emoji. Because I want to know where my freaking OG, my real homies, I want to know where you guys are at. Okay? Leave a fry emoji if you got this far. It's always funny to see like the casuals, and then you see the freaking real OGs with the fries coming in. People are probably like, what are these freaking fry emojis? Well, it's the real dudes, okay? Guys, you know the deal. In summary, defensive operations are horrible. They're going to suck. It's going to be miserable. But sometimes it's necessary in Minecraft to establish a defense so that way the bad guys in Minecraft can't take your freaking notebook emoji, right? All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Like the video. Comment down below what you want to see next. Leave your fry emoji if you got this far. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average defensive operation enjoyer, signing out. Cheers.